Okay, we are out here this evening, and first of all, look at this tomato. This is taller than I am. This is a 6-foot trellis that I've built, and that tomato's all the way at the top of it. That's so neat. Okay, we're not worrying about the tomatoes today. We gotta put blinders on, we gotta focus. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up this garlic because it looks very sad, and I don't feel like worrying about it anymore. I actually just ordered garlic to be planted in the fall, which should be here. It's supposed to ship sometime in late September. But I'm gonna plant that in the ground and do that the way it's supposed to. I think the type of garlic I got is German extra hardy. It's a hardneck variety, so hopefully I can get some garlic scapes. And I think I'm gonna plant that at the end over there where my radishes were. And then also today, I need to dig up my potatoes because they've been in the ground for 3.5 months, and I can barely even see any potato. Like that's a potato plant right there. But most of this is weeds. And it did rain yesterday and the day before, which I know you're not really supposed to harvest potatoes after it's rained. It's supposed to be like let it dry out for a little bit, but we're just supposed to be getting more rain, so I'm just concerned that these are gonna start rotting. So we got a pitchfork, we got a bucket, we're gonna see what we can get from this garlic, and then we're gonna see what we can get from these potatoes. Well, actually there's not that much here. I actually did pull up this little bulb of garlic, which I'm pretty sure is just a single clove. I don't think that it actually formed a head. Yeah, I think that's about what we're gonna get, especially since it didn't overwinter like garlic is supposed to. Okay, this is what we ended up with for the garlic, which I don't think is too bad considering I really wasn't expecting anything, and I'm pretty sure I got this garlic for like 50 cents at the grocery store, so I'm not really out anything. So that's that, and hopefully next summer we'll have a much better harvest. Okay, so I'm about halfway through pulling out all the weeds and grass and whatever potato plants are growing above ground, so because I figured that would be easier to actually dig out the potatoes if I didn't have any foliage on top. And you can see these giant piles of things, and I was just pulling out, like, just as I was pulling stuff up, some potatoes were popping up, and they are just the teeniest, weeniest little baby potatoes you've ever seen. And I was like, oh man, I hope that they're not all like this. Hopefully as I continue digging, there'll be more. And then shortly after I thought that, I came across this boy, which is definitely more what we want to see. So, like, there's potato plants right there. Hopefully there's a lot more of these. I mean, more of those would be fine too, but this is what we want. Okay, so we have completely cleared out the potato bed. I've just cleared away the weeds, all of these weeds, and whatever potato plants were there. So now we can actually get the pitchfork in here and start digging. This is what we've unearthed just in pulling up the plants. So I'm just gonna clean up the weeds so they're not in the way, and then we're gonna see what we can actually dig up out of here. Okay, so I tried using the pitchfork, but I got too concerned that I was going to just stab into potatoes. So now I'm just sitting on the ground, just digging up by hand. I got that little pile and this little pile over here. I have to say that nothing will make you feel more like a little creature than just clawing in the dirt looking for potatoes. I'm thinking that the store-bought ones that I planted, because they really weren't that sprouted, I have a little pile of them over there. They're just pretty much whole, and they were just trying to grow some more. So these ones aren't going to be very good. Let's see if we can find anything down in here. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure these are just the potatoes that I put in here. But yeah, this is just what I've been doing. This one might be okay. I have these blue ones. They are really hard to see. And I'm also not 100% sure that things that I thought were potatoes were actually rocks. And I mean, it could go the other way too. There could be things that I'm like, oh, that's just a rock, and maybe it was a potato. Who knows? Yeah, I think these store-bought ones were a bust. Because these are just the potatoes that I planted. There should be some right here. Nope. Just a clump of dirt. Ugh. Ew. Yeah, I'm also coming across like rotten potatoes, which are really nasty. Okay, I think there should be potatoes here. There's a plant here. There's a little baby one. This earthworm just scared the hell out of me. I thought it was a snake just like under me. Oh, that was startling. So I'm just sitting on the ground. There we go. This is what we want to see. This looks good. But yeah, absolutely nothing will make you feel more like a little creature than just clawing at the ground trying to dig up these potatoes. Okay, I am really tired of digging around for potatoes. I think next year I really want to just do my potatoes. If I plant potatoes, I want to do it in containers. I'm not a fan of digging around in the ground and getting dirt under my nails. Like that icks me out. And also, I did what I could just with my hands, and then I went through the pitchfork and kind of dug around a little bit more. I'm sure that there's more potatoes in the ground that I just can't get at. But we have clay soil, so potatoes are they're kind of hard to dig out. They're not just like, this isn't a raised bed, this isn't a container, it doesn't have nice fluffy soil that I can just paw in, so I have to really dig for it. But here's all the potatoes that we got. I don't think that's too bad considering what we started out with. I mean, this is at least a couple pounds. It's better than nothing. It's more than we would have gotten if I had just put all of those sprouted potatoes in the compost. Now, these are the ones that had the really big sprouts, and then the ones over there, I'm pretty sure are just all of the store-bought potatoes, which I think they just weren't sprouted enough to really do what they needed to do and create more potatoes while they were in there, or when they were in the ground. Because like, all of these this is just the potatoes that I planted originally. These aren't new potatoes. So you can see where they're just trying to sprout. Maybe if I had actually properly cut them apart and chitted them, it would have worked better, or if they had more time. I shouldn't have even bothered with those. But I'm glad that my potatoes aren't a complete bust. There are a lot of teeny tiny new potatoes though. I wish that there were some bigger ones. So I guess that's just my potatoes, and now I have this whole bed ready for fall planting. We have these potatoes, which are good. I need to get these all in this bucket so we can bring them inside to cure them so they don't rot. because that would be a waste. And now I guess I know for next year that I really do want to do container potatoes as opposed to in-ground potatoes. I just have to keep that in mind, that I really am not a fan of digging things out of the ground. And if I can put it in containers and make my life easier, I should do that. But I think that's all I have for today. I am getting eaten up by mosquitoes, so I have to get these potatoes put in this bucket and get inside. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have a lovely day.